Hello, good evening. How is everybody doing? Skadius, hello. Dan, how are you doing? So, a little bit earlier tonight than normal, 30 minutes earlier. Got a few plans this evening, so thought we'd start the live a little bit earlier. What you all been up to? What you been doing? Has anybody been watching the Annabelle project? What we've been putting up? Anybody else seen the episode 3 of the Annabelle project? I don't know if Dan's seen it. I'm just looking at his badge there. It's obviously for members. What's that? Hello from Sweden. Hello, Tina. Sarah, hello. How are you doing? Eric, hello. Jaya, how are you doing? Vanessa's in. Good evening. So what's going on in the paranormal world? In the paranormal community, what's everybody up to? Hello from Oregon. The yummy donut Aurora. I'm saying that correctly. How's everybody been at work today? What have you been doing? SR Spookfest. How are you doing? Your connection's bad. Don't worry about it. Been having quite a few storms here over in the UK. It's been affecting a lot of people's TV signals, satellite signals, and also Wi-Fi. So I was asked to talk about curses by our moderator Rachel. She gave me a list to research, but I just haven't had the time to research these stories. Does any of you guys know any curses or any famous stories or curses? I might actually know them. Mike, it's your day off. You're enjoying the sunshine. It's been good, hasn't it? We've enjoyed the sunshine today. It's not being as warm, but that said, my favourite, season is actually autumn, and it's upon us, isn't it? It's coming. Mrs. Geek, good evening. I hope you're okay. I've heard Beardo's really ill with a nasty virus. I hope he's doing well. Is it the Rona he's got? I actually had that 3 times. Each time I got that, obviously the first time was the worst. Apparently I had 3 different variations of it. It knocked me on my back for 2 weeks each time I had it, and I was so ill. I thought I was dying. Jay's been taking stones from Belwich Cave. Heard things about curses surrounding that. Have you? Have you really got some? That'd be cool to own some of that, wouldn't it? Gigi, hello. Rochelle, how are you doing? I hope you're okay. Gillian, hello. Let's talk about that. Hello. It is rough. Stuck up in the spare room because I don't want it again. First time did you in 2. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? We got it forced down our necks at work. I'm not sure what particular job you do yourself, but in funeral care, I won't say we had it forced upon us, but it was kind of made a thing where if you had to go into care homes and things that you had to have these vaccinations. I had 2 vaccinations, and the vaccinations nearly killed me. I'm not having any more COVID vaccinations. So have you actually, investigated the Bellwitch Cave? That'd be cool. Really cool to investigate that. Flying Dutchman. Stories in the area, live in Virginia, of course. Warning people of storms on the beach next to your house, and all shit was uncovered the other day from 1640. A cool pirate ship. I would have been on there with a spade and a metal detector. Yeah, we hope. Everybody hopes Beardo gets well. We all send our best wishes for Beardo. You know what men are like when we get colds and viruses and things. It's our immune system is actually worse than a woman's. It is scientific fact. That's why we suffer a lot. It's not the man flu. It's just that we can't cope like you women can. You're built or designed to take these viruses because you're much better at handling pain than men are. And that's a fact. Mrs. Bubble Wrap, Lee, how are you doing? The vax did you in as well? Yeah, I could only manage 2. It was different each vaccination I had. Um, I think the first one, I couldn't stop itching, and I come out in like lumps everywhere, and it is. I shouldn't have had it really because oh, I've had cancer before, and I didn't kind of want it to irritate anything to do with that. You've got a metal detector blocked off the archaeologists working on got cannons and shit. All right, I bet that's really cool. That's our spook fest. Have you got? Can you get close to it then? I would be in there. Um, I'd probably sneak in on a night time. Rochelle's getting the food. Excellent. What we having? Gillian's got a very high pain tolerance. Yeah, yeah. Most women have. Sarah, hello. Gins are a form of curse, if I remember correctly. Um, I won't say necessarily a curse. Like obviously we in our culture we have ghosts and demons, and they have jinns basically. The closest I could get to with a jinn would probably be a demon, but it's a different culture, isn't it? Taz, hello. When the wife and I do hospice, we are required to have immunisation shots up to date prior to engagement. All right, okay. Yeah, it got to a point where I won't have any more. If it means losing my job, I'll lose my job. Because my life means more than my job to me. It's protected by the military. You can't get close to filming. You know what? I would probably take my drone then. I've got a cool drone. We've got a couple actually. I'd send the drone in. They'd probably shoot it down, wouldn't they? You have heart disease and heart valve replacement and stent put in. Not doing no vaccinations. Been taking my chances. Had it twice. Well, I think it was a fact, wasn't it, that it was proven by scientists that the actual vaccinations were lowering your immune system because when they inject you with a vaccination, your body starts fighting it to make that antibody, if you like. Um, so everybody's immune system was really low anyway with these vaccinations. And the more vaccinations you have, more COVID vaccinations, at one point, your immune system isn't going to recover. And I wouldn't want to be in that position. Tez and Sarah are Beardo's mods. Ha! Yeah, he's not on, is he? Obviously, he's is in the spare room, being very ill. Definitely, Mike. Yeah, best wishes and wellness to Beardo. That would be awesome. Need a drone, but yeah, they might get mad. Yeah, yeah. Well, in the UK, we have to register our drones. It's not that expensive, really. You've got to have two. You get two specific numbers. One is an operator's ID number, and another one is like a user's ID. So it, it's best to have them both. And by law, you've got to put your ID on your drone. So if you crash that drone in anywhere, it's got your ID on. They know you are. You due your flu and COVID booster on the 23rd. All right, cool. I keep getting text messages to have my shots, but I'm not going to go in for them. Who's watching X Files? Rochelle's food's here. You knew a guy who got the vaccine, he went home, passed away, and they didn't find him for 3 days. Poor guy. When the COVID um, virus started, or COVID-19, because I suppose flu and that's a type of COVID virus, isn't it? When COVID-19 started, um, there was panic on in our place at work. We were getting loads of bodies in, and all the death certificates were saying died of COVID, but it wasn't necessarily true. A lot of them, well, if not like 95% of them, had other problems, other underlying illnesses. Just that the COVID kind of helped it on its way. The rules there are very strict. It's next to Norfolk Naval Base, so no fly zones. All right, yeah. It'd still be hard to get a permit, I suppose, if it's right next to a naval base. It's a shame. That'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be good to have a look at it. Beardo. Is Beardo in? Um, they blamed it on everything but the vax. Yeah, they got extra money for everyone passing from it. Did they? I mean, obviously in the UK, as you know, the government were pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and we actually found out that most of the government had shares in the pharmaceutical kind of companies that made the vaccination. Is that why they were pushing it? Who knows? I suppose they've got a job to do as well, but because it's obviously a new virus, then I can't. It was just kind of guesswork, wasn't it? We're all the guinea pigs for that, aren't we? That vaccination. And we're going into dangerous territory talking about that. Yeah. So I won't have any more vaccinations anyway. Not COVID-19 vaccinations, at least. So yeah, Rachel was asking me to talk about um, curses. Has anybody got any or know about any cursed objects other than the Bellwitch Cave? And I would actually love to see some sort of investigation in the Bellwitch Cave. Sarah, you've bought extra toilet roll. Yeah, there was a mad rush for toilet roll, wasn't there? We couldn't get bog roll anywhere. It was we was buying kitchen roll and things, and then people were pinching it from work because people were just panic buying, and they were filling the cars up with toilet roll. You know, during a pandemic, I think food is more important than toilet roll. But there you go. You can get more info. They were putting the cannon and stuff up in one of the forts or museums. So I'll go once it's on display. I'm gonna get a metal detector down the beach tonight. Maybe get treasure. Yeah, might get some gold. What do they call them? Is it doubloons or is that Spanish? You're cursed. You're a cursed object. Why is that? Can an ovilus be manipulated like the apps? We actually had one of the oviluses. We actually sold it, to be honest. you know, it's basically it's programmed. It's like a word bank, isn't it? And it's got so many words in, and apparently it reacts to like temperature and EMF. So wherever you are, temperature changes, or the EMF changes somehow affects this word bank, which produces a word. But who sets the words at that specific temperature or that specific level of EMF? Um, I suppose it could just be coincidental, but I don't think you can actually manipulate them unless it would be an app-based one or one you could plug into your PC maybe and kind of delete some of the words and put your own words in. You got a crystal ball from a gypsy that's supposed to be real, but the gypsy lady said it was meant. I was meant to have it when I bought it from her. You bought it from, so she didn't give you it. They're going to tell you anything, aren't they, to sell stuff? I suppose. I don't know. I thought it was going to say I had it passed down in the family. Rochelle's got a food. What you having? What you having to eat? So, did you know about the curse of the werewolf? You can find a wolf footprint in the mud or whatever, and if you drink water out of the footprint, you can be turned into a werewolf or skinwalker. Oh, is that real? Come on. Where have you heard that? You do know how skeptical I am, don't you? What I've heard about werewolves is you have to be bitten by one and survive the attack if it doesn't eat you. They're just made up fictional characters, aren't they? You've had crappy luck since you've got it too. Maybe worth getting rid of it then if you're having crappy luck with that. Chicken Parmesan rocks. Never tried that. That's an old Native American's legend, is it? So people now are going to go looking for wolf prints in the mud, especially after it's been raining, and drink the water out of it. But no, thank you. You believe that would bring our energy with us, our angels and our demons, that energy affects its environment for the positive. And yeah. I believe we create our own surroundings, our own energy and things. If we're in a good mood, everybody else is in a good mood. If we're in a bad mood, everybody else hates you. Purple thought he saw a werewolf in Wales. Turned out it was Beardo on a bad day. Hello, Purple. Purple, sorry. Yeah, I have the crystal ball over 20 years now. I'm about to strap it down like they did the Grey Stall. Tried many things with dabbled in witchcraft for years. All right, why are you strapping it down? Why are you strapping your crystal ball down? Are you going to put it in a glass case? Surround it with salt? Pussycat prints? So I don't know if you've all seen the videos. I've been doing the little short videos, paranormal investigating for dummies, basically. It started off as just kind of a bit of fun, just something to mess about with. It's getting very popular. People are asking me to make more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the title slightly from paranormal investigating for dummies to for idiots, because obviously I don't want to get done for any kind of copyright thing there. And if you haven't seen them, why haven't you seen them? Go check them out on the page. Manifesting positive energy or negative energy is now in the new moon. Right, okay. Well, yeah, I think everybody tries to choose positive energy. It just in the paranormal community or the paranormal field, we just find negative people are just constantly negative, and it brings everybody else down, doesn't it? Rochelle is stuffing her face with chicken balls. So, how are you doing, Purple? Anyway, are you doing okay? We haven't really spoke for a while, but have you been out recently with Beardo? Have you caught his virus? Yeah, enjoy yourself, Rochelle. I've never tried that. There's something about the crystal ball. I just haven't figured it. Every time I try to get rid of it, something tells me not to. Maybe it's just psychological on my part. Is it a full size one? Is it, or is it like a little, a dinky one? I've got one somewhere. I've got a small one like that. Um, have you actually tried using it? Ever heard of Boston, Ohio? It's a whole town curse, and it's still burning underground coal mines, abandoned town with Windigo stalking people. It rings a bell. Rings a bell. When was the fires actually started? Oh, it's a large crystal ball. Could be worth a bit of money. That if you're not going to use it, I'd just sell it, get rid. Sell it on eBay as a cursed crystal ball, an original cursed crystal ball. You'll get a fortune for that on eBay. You love battered chicken balls with sweet and sour sauce, Sarah. Yeah, yeah, I like them. I've had them from the Chinese. Rochelle is so clumsy she would shatter a crystal ball. Do I think the Anguish Man painting is really cursed? I don't know. I've never actually come into contact with it. I'd have to borrow it for a while, run a few experiments just to see if anything happened, like we did with the crying boy paintings. We've tried several times. Seen images of people to me seem like pareidolia. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. You can do the same thing with water, can't you? Um, Gaze into like a bowl of water and get a similar sort of effect. But if you stare at a crystal ball long enough, your eyes start going a bit weird, don't they? And you will start seeing shapes. These crispy, battered parmesan balls are amazing. I'm a big fan of parmesan. Mike is asking, Gigi, have you called upon it? It's a ancestral crystal ball, or is it an ancestral crystal ball? Oh, you've got a real crystal ball from Taz's granddad. That's cool. A lot of balls tonight. Certainly is, Mr. Rough Dog. Hello, Mr. Rough Dog, by the way. When did you come in? Like reading tea leaves, look long enough, you will see something. Yeah, it's like, I suppose it is, in that respect, it is a form of pareidolia, isn't it? Because, on a nice day with some white, fluffy clouds in the sky, if you to lay on the grass on your back and look up, stare at the clouds, you eventually see like animals or shapes, don't you? Is that the same? You love cheese. Okay, hose myself off. I don't breathe when I eat, and I'm starving. Wow. Only a few minutes ago, Mr. Rough Dog, you've been lurking. Oh, hello, Rachel. Didn't even see you come in. When did you come in? I know, Rachel, there was a few things you asked me to look into. Can you remember what any of them were? Because I haven't actually had time. These cursed objects. One was a wedding dress, wasn't it? Some gypsy owned it. It's all I know. I won it in a 2-week long auction. And the gypsy lady said she knew I would get it. She said the ball actually chose me. She was a real gypsy. Oh, cool. Rob Dog, how are you doing? It's good. Rachel's just going to have a check, then probably put me on the spot because I haven't researched any of them. Hey, Rachel, thanks for holding down the fort, says Rochelle. Is Tony on tonight on TikTok? I haven't got my phone on me. I should have picked my phone up. You good? Oh, excellent. I'm glad that you're good. I don't know if I can grab my phone from here without pulling the brick wall down. Oh, you've not had any notifications, Rachel? All right, okay. I did try ringing him earlier to have a conversation with him because I know he starts his live around about 8 o'clock on a Wednesday or 7:30. I tried to grab him before that, but he wasn't answering. I presume he's had a hard, long day at work again and he's just come in, sat down, and fell asleep. There's the cursed mirror on Martle's plantation. This one is for probably the guys in here that are in the States because I don't actually know that. The name kind of rings a bell. And do you know why it's cursed and what happens with them? Is it if you're looking at something? I don't know. I'm just presuming that because it's a mirror. You can relate to the Apris White big crash. Yeah, I know the feeling. I think some of it is though, I'm getting old and I kind of, as soon as I sit down now, I just like, I need a bit of a power nap. Is that what you call them? Mike Williams, how are you doing, sir? Oh, you've seen females in old times clothes and cloudiness in your crystal ball. Wow. Does anybody know about that curse mirror then in on Myrtle's plantation? Oh, sorry, Rob Dog. Myrtle's plantation has an old dark story rumoured that a slave poisoned her owner's family back in the day. All right. Why would that curse the mirror? Mr. Rough Dog thinks bathroom mirror is cursed. When I look into it in the morning, it shows a horrid sight. The mirror presumably holds the spirits of Sarah Woodruff and her 2 daughters. All right. Yeah, good thinking. I say I didn't know that, but that's over in the States. I wouldn't have researched that. That'd be interesting to know if there's any kind of footage on that place out there. Wouldn't it be good to see it? Yeah, Myrtle Plantation, cool. Your sink is a horrid sight. Okay. I mean, obviously, we all know about the actual Annabelle doll alleged to be. Is it so much cursed, or is it that it's got an attachment of a evil spirit or energy, or it's supposed to have? When you move to out farm, or every time we move, I take the ball and it's moved with precaution, only by you. Placed in a safe place in your home. There's something about it. Well, you know, do you live in the UK or is it America? GG. If you believe it to be cursed, you'll have to let us know. And oh, Georgia. I'm not coming all the way to Georgia, USA. See, there's that other plantation, isn't there? What's got is it Robert the Doll on? That was meant to be cursed, isn't it? Oh, Rachel just put it at the same time I said it. Sorry, Rachel. Is it meant to be more haunted than Annabelle? I mean, I've only seen what I've seen on video clips where people go in, and those people that kind of don't ask it permission to take a photograph or to speak to it have a run of bad luck. Is that because those people know about that curse and they kind of manifest that bad luck themselves? If something was creepy, I'd run it through a wood chipper. There you go, fixed. Then you've got loads of little bits of the Robert doll, haven't you? If you used to sling it in one of them. Mike Williams is saying, I really like the latest installment of the Annabelle project. It was really good, wasn't it? For those members, if you have watched it, members of the channel, the VIP members, um, it was really strange. I had to actually cut a bit of the live out because we're doing a quick live stream for some people to watch some of it, and put it on the actual video what I made. As we went backstage, we was hearing that knocking all over the hall area, and then it was behind the stage. It was just so strange. I hate to say curse, but there's something about it, GG. All right. Is it the world's most haunted doll? It's supposed to be. Doll versus wood chipper. Bye bye, doll. So a crystal holds power and energy of people. The crystal skulls are said to be cursed. Yeah, yeah. Is it there's three crystal skulls or is it two? And aren't they supposed to have been cut by a machine what doesn't exist on this planet? I think was the trying to at some point say that they are extraterrestrial made because of the way the skulls have been cut. Did Simon Colby do the rabbit doll? The Robert doll? I don't know. Mike, yeah, catch up on the Annabelle project. It is a brilliant episode 3. You agree with Rochelle? If you don't, they just keep making increasingly bad sequels. I don't buy curse stuff, but I wouldn't challenge it, but I'd throw it away, says Rochelle. I'm the same. I don't believe, like, obviously, the Annabelle doll, the Robert doll, it's an object, you know. Maybe they're being around negative energy and that could have had some effect on it. but I wouldn't challenge it myself. I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't do it with the crying boy paintings either. I wouldn't want to push my luck. Here goes Mr. Rough Dog. Let's see this. And so here's my skeptical question: if an item can be cursed, is there a limit to the size of the thing cursed? Can a planet be cursed? You would think this planet was cursed, wouldn't you? If that's the case, it must be to do with energy, then, mustn't it? Or the way people think. Um, Projecting that energy onto an object, knowing or thinking it is cursed. George, good evening. Remember the doll that set on fire on Most Haunted? You could see a red tape around its leg. That somehow ignited it. I I don't remember seeing that, to be honest. I was like everybody else when Most Haunted first started. Was it was it early 90s? I thought the first couple of early seasons were okay, um, but I stopped watching it after that. I just thought it was too bloody fake, to be honest. Objects have interesting stories, but most I've noticed are not haunted. Yeah, exactly. GD isn't afraid of the crystal ball. No, no. You've just sent me those pics again, Rach. Not sure if you're doing the live from your phone or not. No, I'm not. But my phone's right behind this wall. And like normal, I'm not dressed to stand up. So if you could maybe just mention one or two of them. I think somebody's already mentioned the Bellwitch Cave. Bad people do attract bad things, you're right. Wouldn't mess with things. Lady in White is kind of cursed, isn't it? Lots of sightings of her. Well, maybe more than one. SR Spookfest, yeah. Is it a lot of castles seem to have a white or a grey lady? Why is that? Trollshire Wankins. What a cool name. It is the fakest show ever. Most Haunted started, was it 2002? I thought it was the 90s. Right. Yeah, I can't say I watched more than a couple, to be honest. Like I say, when it first started, it wasn't too bad. But then, I mean, once you realise what was going on, I couldn't watch it. Your nan lived in Stirling, Scotland, and she used to tell us that a green ghost lady roamed around the castle grounds, and if you've seen her, you would be cursed. Jay, yeah, I've actually heard about one other green lady, if you like, and that was in Ireland. Can't remember what building it was, though. Gigi, yeah, you're right there. If a person is uncomfortable about an object, they shouldn't mess with it, in your opinion. I agree. Ghosts on film turn out white or grey. Hmm. I've seen some black. Lots of battleships are said to be cursed. There was one that vanished after trying to make it invisible. The Philadelphia experiment. Yeah, what a cool story that is, isn't it? Ended up off the coast of Virginia and disappeared. Did something happen to all the crew then? I think. I mean, obviously the forces were denying all of that, weren't they? Mr. Rough Dog is going, ugh, Most Haunted. I still consider myself at war with their skeptic. Huh? What went on? Did you have an argument? Who was their skeptic? I can't remember. Was it Kieran? That Kieran O'Keefe was a bit of a dick, if you ask me, to be honest. Zach Bagans is meant to have a cursed rocking chair. All right, cool. People on the ship melted into it and some just disappeared. Rachel's asking me about Dubbock boxes. What do I think about them? I think most of them are just a load of bollocks, to be honest. If you go on eBay, you'll see there's about 200 for sale. And this is because of this one Dybbuk box story, isn't it? Where it was meant to contain some sort of Jewish demon, which obviously is a Dybbuk. Um, but they used to people used to have their own boxes um, and put things in it like treasured memories and things. The Jewish people. Um, but yeah, a Dybbuk spirit is actually not one what would live in a box. Don't they look for like a body to take over? If somebody's passing away, they try and get into that body. Well, that's how the legend, if you like, goes. I think if, like you say, if you believe Tina, hello, Tina Prentice, if you believe that something is cursed, you're helping that manifest just by thinking that. And the more people that do that, it's just negativity, isn't it? Dubbuk box is Hebrew for wanderer spirit, and not anything I've heard about until the internet. I mean, obviously, I'd heard of it before, but they didn't get real popular until the actual box. What was all over the internet? Wasn't there meant to be? Was it three of them? Something I don't know. In Love Island, your sister stayed at your aunt's house. It's haunted. She also said she saw an angel on a mountaintop. Cool. Ireland is it's got some really nice places in it. I should join the Discord. I was on Discord and I got banned. And then I got back, and then I got banned from a lot of Discord groups because they didn't like me talking about anything to do with PSI. Basically, been to a couple of something slashed your tire. Nothing. No object was in the road nearby to cause it. All right. Been to a couple of old orphanages in Ireland, only to explore, but creepy vibes isn't the word. Do you know what? I would love to do something like that. Kieran is a good one, really good guy. It's the one they have now. It's too long to get into, but I got into a room with him and had a war with Most Haunted and their fans for nearly a week. All right. Well, you're not going to lose any sleep for arguing with Most Haunted fans, are you? I wouldn't. No, Matt looking for a Jewish burial. Who's looking for a Jewish burial? Demon in a box, $99 bollocks. Yeah, I'm at the Dybbuk. I'm sure it was something to do with. I know what you're saying, Rochelle, but trying to get. I don't know if I'm mixing it up with something else. Then law of attraction. Two men came by to fix the tie and took it away. They trusted us. We couldn't afford the cost of replacing it right there. We mailed it off when we returned home. Oh, wow. Cool. That's a good thing to do. Why buy a demon in a Dybbuk box? Buy an angel instead. Yeah, but it's just a box. It's the demon, what's called a Dybbuk. The two men never existed. Oh, wow. Whoa, what a creepy story. Does that mean a couple of ghosts came along and changed your tyre for you? These boxes are bull. I taught Hebrew school, right? We don't mind self-promotion in moderation, Sarah. Yeah, no, I understand, but unless it was kind of, I don't know. And the thing is, if I was on Discord, I don't know if I would have time to do it because we're doing a lot of other stuff. What do you do in Discord that couldn't it be done on YouTube? Dybbuk is a spirit, not a demon. We don't have hell. Judaism doesn't have a hell or demons. Stormy, hello, how are you doing? I hope you've had a good day. Witches use similar boxes to cast spells on people, do they? I know they use, well, they used to use bottles, didn't they? A witch's bottle. You just hang out and have a good laugh. Yeah. Um, for me on Discord, it'd be obviously finding time to do it. Hey there, Taz. I'm glad that you're okay. Who was it that said they'd gone into the Bell Witch Cave? I can't remember who it was. Are they still here? Oh, they've got a couple of rocks from the Bell Witch Cave. What did witches do with bottles? They used to put like is it iron nails in them, hair, and other bits and pieces, um, and say like an incantation. And I think they did the bury it under the doorstep or somewhere near the building. Um, and I think this probably to keep out evil rather than hurt somebody. But I think yeah, it was probably used for both things. I know they didn't used to put like a cat in the wall as well for protection. Obviously, the cat died. Now we fall another migraine. I can't avoid my medication anymore. Food didn't work. Like a witch's ladder. A witch has got a ladder. You went to Mother Shipton's cave. That was cool. Sarah, somebody went to Mother Shipton's cave about a month ago, who I knew of, or know of, and they brought me back a couple little rocks from Mother Shipton's cave. But that would be cool. I have actually emailed Mother Shipton's cave to see if we can investigate it, but they're not having any of it. Is the Witch of Wookie real? I went to the caves many years ago, but it's touristy thing, so I'm not sure it was an actual thing. The Wookie Hole, it rings a bell. Never actually been. Whereabouts is that, Mrs. Geek? And it's like anything else, isn't it? They turn everything into tourist attractions. It's so the area can make money. You keep having to reset things. The screen keeps freezing up. This happened last time I was in a chat. Rob Dog, are you in the UK by any chance? We're having a lot of problems with Wi-Fi signals. I think it's to do with the storms and stuff. Stormy night, thank you so much. Gifted 5, excellent. We do appreciate it. You're so kind. You're awesome. Didn't bring any rocks back. People warned you that would bad luck would follow you till you returned. Jay, yeah, it's exactly why I didn't take the rocks. Somebody else did. So I'm good. Oh, has people been gifted by Stormy Night? That's a really nice thing to do. Thank you so much. Well done, Stormy Night. Thanks. I'm sure everybody appreciates it. Babsy, hello. How are you doing? Babsy, is Tony live over on TikTok? You're trying so hard to avoid making stupid, smutty Star Wars jokes about Wookiee holes. Somerset. Oh, Mrs. Gates in Somerset. Cool. Some prefer to be called Wiccan. Wiccan's slightly different in it, isn't it? Was it kind of started by, was it Gerald Gardner? Was it in the 40s or 30s? I can't remember exactly the date. It's all about getting naked and dancing in the moonlight. Wiccans, isn't it? Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Babsy's not live on TikTok. I've tried ringing him at 7 o'clock, and he normally answers. He didn't answer, so I'm presuming he's had a long day at work and he's got in, sat down, and just fell asleep. I'll get a message later on saying, "Oh, fell asleep, mate." Well, the Shipton was apparently the first site and got so many predictions right. The story's being told when you stand in the cave. Right, right. It is a place I'll have to visit at some point. I don't know if they'd appreciate if I turned up with some paranormal equipment. Tuna vessel sting. I hope that someone gets my. I hope that someone gets my hexes in a bottle. Hexes in a witch's bottle. Yay! Puerto Rican cool tune. Hi, Shandy. Mr. Rough Dog. Yeah, the nudist guy. Yeah, Gerald Gardner. Isn't Wiccan a religion? Um, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, doesn't it have to have? Is it more than 80 people for it to be a religion? And there's a lot of Wiccans all over the world. They're like bathing naked in the moonlight. My Siamese is a happy man with his own chicken parmesan ball. I'd love the Shipton Caves, Babs. Yeah, I did drop them an email. They wouldn't let us go and investigate it, probably because it's so dangerous. Shandy, you loved today's video. It's a bit of fun. When I'm making those paranormal investigating for dummies videos, I have to keep stopping because I'm laughing at myself all the way through it. I laugh at my own jokes. But I'm going to change the title now to Paranormal Investigating for Idiots because obviously there is a brand out there called that already. I don't want to get done. Lindy Lou, just visiting New Zealand. We was having a think of maybe we should be going live again on Friday. Remember where we was Friday just gone at the old Delapole Hospital site? We got a few good EVPs, we thought. Paranormal investigations for the faint of mind. Yeah, Dreamer's asking, how are you feeling, Mrs. Geek? Everyone's asking about your hubby. Hope you don't get sick. Catch that, you wanker. Yeah, Shandy, it's just came out. I don't know why I said that. Rob Dog, I love your funny videos, Matt. It's good to laugh once in a while. It is. As you know, paranormal channels and debunking channels seem to attract a lot of negativity and dicks, basically. So we're just trying to make it a bit of fun. Idiot's Guide to Paranormal Investigations. Yeah, that would work. That's good. Mrs. Bubble Wrap. Had an X into Wicca along with it. Remember, reading a text of it that was directly lifted from Victorian Druid. Well, there might the Wiccans might have pinched some stuff from Druids, but Wicca was certainly. I think it was Gerald Gardner, wasn't it, that invented it? Well, created it, shall we say? Stormy Night, seen my video today. Found out I'm very unprofessional on many levels. That's what I said. So am I. You got a brutal stomach flu over the weekend, or you've licked someone's floor. You haven't been licking any wolf prints in the mud, have you? Trying to change into a werewolf. The pagan based Wicca. Well, if you just go on Google and type in Gerald Gardner, that's all I'll say. Oh, An Idiot's Guide to is also a known brand, Kevin. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll sort that. For idiots, then I'll just call it. I don't. That's not out there, is it? Was Crowley a Wiccan? No, I wouldn't say was. In fact, he invented his. I'm just going to Google it now. I forgot the bloody name. Was it Thelema? Was it Thelema Crowley developed? If you look at Crowley's symbol, he's Thelema star sort of thing. That was he changed the design of the pagan star, one of the stars, and he made that out of it. But the thing with Crowley is when he was doing his ritual and stuff, he was high on opium pretty much all the time. Yeah, he was an occultist. Yeah, we have got quite a lot of stuff about Aleister Crowley. We even got some of his actual voice recordings, which we played in the Demon Church just to see what would happen because we're kind of stupid like that. In Demon Church, which is on our YouTube channel somewhere, things started happening after we'd done it. I don't think Crowley actually started the Golden Dawn, but he may have tried. He actually got kicked out of the Golden Dawn anyway. Paranormal Guide for those who run with scissors. There's the title. He was a mountain climber, yes. Yeah. He identified himself as a prophet. Yeah, he identified himself. He was meant to be. He was nicknamed the Beast, wasn't he? Meant to be one of the most evil men in England. And that's because people didn't understand occultism like that. They just thought he was evil. Doesn't he have a house where paranormal investigators go claiming it's still there? Yeah, it's in Valima Abbey. Was that in Italy? Was it Italy? Somewhere. Um, it's abandoned now, and it also there was a house in Scotland. Somebody will tell me the name. I need me B12 injections. I'm not very good tonight. If I can remember the name, I can't remember the name of the bloody house in Scotland. Somebody will know it. Yeah, the place near Loch Ness. It actually had a fire, didn't it? And they're rebuilding it. He was practicing a ritual in there. It was a 6-month ritual, and he got right near the end of the 6th month, and he left it because something happened. You need to Google it; it's quite interesting. Or was it Sicily? I knew it was somewhere other than England. Looking for something. It was Boleskin House. I've just Googled it. Google Boleskin House in Scotland. Also, Led Zeppelin's guitarist Jimmy Page. Back to balls again. No, I said balls. Ball skin. I'll type it. It's not actually type. It's not spelt balls. There you have typed it. Ball skin. Yeah, he was a poet, painter, philosopher, all that lot. He died really poor as well, considering he probably was loaded at some point. He wanted to scratch and sniff the ghosts. Yeah, so it's quite interesting. They're rebuilding Bullskin House, and I think people have been making donations. They're not far off finishing it, and they are going to be opening it, obviously, and it'll get very, very busy, that place. It must have cost them a fortune to rebuild that place because it's quite a big house. So it's on the southeast side of Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. You've never heard of it? You should do a bit of research on it. It's quite interesting. We've got just about every book on Aleister Crowley. Can't say I've read a lot of it. I've read some of it. Was the thing about him and animals accurate? It probably was accurate. Yeah. Are you talking about the obviously sacrificing cats and drinking the blood and things? It's why the police caught up with him, isn't it? In Sicily, not Italy, because somebody actually died through drinking. Was it cat's blood? Lindy Lou, time to move. Oh, do you have one in Cornwall as well? That's very interesting. Oh, you're on about menstrual blood. That was true. If that's what you're talking about, Mr. Rough Dog. We're all adults. You can say it. Yeah, bye, Lindy Lou. Oh, a lot of goats who was fond of. Well, I don't know about the goats, but there was meant to be. There's a story going around as well that was him and a. Oh, come on, my brain's not working tonight. Was it John? I can't remember. I'm just going to find the names out and then I'll tell you a fact what I know about. They went and tried to do a ritual and open the actual gates of hell. I can't remember who was with him who did it. I'll just have a look. Oh, I can't find it. I can't be bothered to look. But anyway, he was doing this ritual with these other occultists, and it sent him a bit crazy. I think he was in a mental institute for a while when he come back down. I think they did it on a mountain, and this was round about the World War, and they were trying to stop Germany. They were doing some really crazy stuff, but there was on opium when they was doing these sort of things. Oh, you've lost your internet, Sarah. Turn your data on, but don't know how much I have. I'll hopefully get it fixed soon. Yeah, don't worry, Sarah. We will see you again. A goat is a hoofed animal, horns, etc. He was fond of them, but I don't know if it's myth or not. Wouldn't surprise you. Wouldn't surprise me either if that's what he was doing. He sounds like a terrifying dude. If you look at his pictures, he looks as evil as shit on the internet. He met the woman he met, his wife. He took her on a date. His first date was in one of the Great Pyramids in Egypt, and I'm sure it was the bornless ritual he was attempting to do to impress her, and she was a psychic. Um, that's an interesting story as well. You need to look that up as well. I'm giving you all homework to do tonight, aren't I? Oh, Tony's now on TikTok. I bet you he fell asleep. So, what's he doing on there, Babs? Is he doing Zena cards or is he doing tarot reading? Tony's up and running. So, I know a lot of you don't actually use TikTok with scissors. But those of you that do, I think Tony's doing free Zena card and tarot card readings, whichever one he's doing tonight. I'm not sure. Has anybody got any paranormal investigations coming up? You run with scissors sometimes. Jimmy Page, lead guitarist from Led Zeppelin. Yeah, that's right. He used Bolskin House. Did I ever hear back from the place I booked? Is that for Halloween, Rachel? The Old Nick Theatre, which is Victorian prison. We did, yeah. Tony and I booked it. We was going to take members of the public, but obviously we have to produce all this kind of insurance, and it works out like it's not worth it. Which is why there was only the two of us. But yeah, apparently it is booked. I need to email them again just to confirm or double confirm our appointment on Halloween. TikTok monitors too much of our text for me to get on board. Sorry, man. Cool. TikTok monitors too much of our text. All right. I mean, you don't have to go on TikTok. I'm just saying Tony's on there doing tarot readings. Oh, Rachel. All right. Cool. Yeah, we got an email to confirm it was booked, but we like to ring them up just to double check things before we turn up at a location, because that place is known for double booking and we don't want to get double booked on that. I don't want to investigate that place with another team. I think there's a video on YouTube what we captured, or we got some crazy EVPs from that place anyway, the Old Nick Theatre. But there's one where I've got a camera, and I think it was this one. This is the older Sony. It's got a built-in hard disk, and I had it in my hand, and I'm kind of just doing this, like this. And there's a mirror in the next room, and I took a shot through the doorway into the next room, and the mirror on the far wall reflected something what was hiding behind the door, and it looks like a small boy in Victorian clothing. And when we went and checked it, there's nothing there, but we got that on video. It's really weird. That's what it looks like. I don't know if it was anything paranormal, but that's what it looks like. You like to phone too? I'm old-fashioned. Never booked online if I can help it. Yeah. Well, I originally emailed them, never answered, and then eventually they did answer after about 3 months. I said, "Look, I've been trying to get you. I want to give you money to hire this location. It's all paid for. Can you put us in the book?" And they were umming and ahhing a bit. They were dragging their heels about it, which is a bit strange. So I said, "All right, you're penciled in. Go and pay your money." So I paid the money online. I think it was about £250 because we were only there for 4 hours. And then obviously they got the money, and we never heard anything for months. And I was ringing them, emailing them, they wouldn't respond. But I eventually got one of them and said, "Oh yeah, you're booked in." I said, "Well, can you please answer your bloody emails?" I think Tina's fell asleep. I can't remember, was you guys present when we was doing the live last week on a Friday when we was in like the little woodland area at the Delapole site? I just wanted to know what you guys thought about those EVPs. I think we might have spoke about it since then, but you missed it. All right, well, I know the recording is on the page somewhere. You was there, Jay, and Lisa was there. All right. It was a fantastic laugh. Very difficult when you're carrying, because obviously I was doing it off. We do them sort of lives off our mobile phones, so I've got that in my hand inside a gimbal, and in my other hand I've got a torch. So we're kind of restricted to what we can do on those. I think we may be going back Friday, hopefully, if it's not raining. I should get it in writing, says Shandy. Yeah, I have got it in writing, Shandy, in an email. Are you still aware, Rochelle? Well, them type of like mini investigations, we can't investigate properly because both our hands are full. We're both doing lives and things like that. So we take like an EMF meter, some sort of voice recorder, and we work on EVPs when we're in a place like that. And we captured some. We thought they were pretty cool EVPs. Sounded like a child on one of them, and I think one of them was a man and one was a woman. It was okay, but I'm wondering what was your result of the further analysis of the strange sounds in the recordings? Tony was actually taking the recordings. He said he put them on his computer, and I keep telling him to put them in the video up here on YouTube. Obviously, he hasn't, but he's busy at work, so I don't really push him for them. But he said that, yeah, there's definitely things there. You remember that video at the Vic? Vic. Gigi's asking me what the most interesting find about the Annabelle project is so far. Well, the experiments are to kind of, it's basically to test the test subjects, the 4 women involved. It's not the actual experiments itself. You know, like the divination work and the seance work and things like that. We're not testing that. We're testing the 4 women, and we're trying to prove. We know that you can manipulate people's minds into believing something. Their subconscious mind can actually manifest things to happen, but we're actually documenting it, and nobody's done it like that before. And we're doing it over a year. The more we do it, the more responses we're getting. So it's the test subjects. What I'm finding the most interesting at the minute. Your blood oxygen's too low. No COVID. You got a bit much fire. All right. Okay. You need to go careful. Do you wear breathing apparatus when you're doing that? There's another team. One works at a haunted theatre. Wonder if it's the same one. I don't know. Yeah, that's not good, Rochelle. It's called the Vic, the one with a mirror. The Old Nick Theatre is actually a Victorian prison below the theatre. Although we investigate the theatre upstairs, which used to be the courtroom where they tried the prisoners. It was converted to a theatre, but the old prison cells and everything is still downstairs below ground. So it's actually called the Old Nick Theatre. Who's from Scotland? They did what with a Ouija board? Oh yeah, they planted some information, didn't they? The thing is, the story we're actually using is the true Annabelle story as told by Chris McKinnell, which is Ed and Lorraine Warren's grandson. We've spoke to Chris on numerous occasions. He's really interested in this project. It is a PSI project. It's not affiliated with the Warren Foundation, but they are interested in it. Yeah, the subconscious mind. It's showing you what the human mind can actually do, and it's a really powerful thing. And the more we do it, the more we kind of develop in their mind to believe this story is the actual doll sat in front of them. And as you know, it's a replica Annabelle doll. And if you watch the last one, the Annabelle Project episode 3, doesn't come across on the video as well as it did in person, but you can still hear it. There's knocking all around the place. Tony and I actually went looking for it backstage with a live. Is that video still able to be seen? Says Dreamer. Yeah, they're all on YouTube. Our YouTube here somewhere. The Old Nick Theatre. Yeah, but it is a Victorian building. Life of Paul. Hello, sweetie. Yeah, Rachel's there. I mean, Rachel was one of the test subjects, our moderator. She's saying the bangs were so loud. It was loud. It was really interesting. You could see that as they sat around the table doing whatever they was doing, they all just like that and staring. And we're looking at each other. Did you hear that? Yeah, we did. Let's go see if we can catch it on film. Oh, you're watching. You had trouble hearing the knocks. All right, we could hear it. The first two we started off using a crapper 4K camera. We've now got professional cameras we're filming with, so the sound is a lot better. It's going to be a lot better as well. We're using proper big boom mics as well now. Lisa saying on the live, remember you and Tony went to have a look, but not seen the video. Yeah, I put that part of the live in the video, and you'll see it. And we were not kitted up to go look for ghosts that night. We had very little paranormal equipment with us apart from the cameras, so we didn't even have a torch really. We went backstage with a live, and it's a bit dark, but Tony finds a little torch what we try and use to light it up a lot better so you can see. But it's the best we could do because we wasn't expecting anything to happen on the stage, so we did. But we'll remember next time we'll take obviously a lot better lighting with us if anything like that happens again. So I think no, it wasn't my man created knocks. We wasn't actually in the experiment. We're just filming it. The 4 test subjects can manifest energy. The human mind is a very powerful tool. They can project things, if you like, and they don't know they're doing it because it's the subconscious mind and it's very strong the energy they are projecting. So I think what's happening is coming off the living. I don't think it's ghosts. But it's just interesting to see it and to document it and to try and prove that's what is actually happening. Do we use motion detector cameras at all? Do they have any benefits? Life of Paul. Yeah, yeah. We've got trail cams, what a motion triggered. We'll take one. The thing is with the motion cameras, they take about 10 seconds worth of footage, then they stop, and then they'll do it again. They are hit and miss because they're too sensitive sometimes, but yeah, we can take one and try that as well. But like I said, we didn't expect all this to happen on the Annabelle project, so we will be better equipped next time when we're filming. But like I said, it wasn't a paranormal investigation we was doing. We were just filming the project. Do I believe in telekinesis? I've yet to see it. I think it is possible. It could be possible. It all goes as evidence, I suppose, towards believing it. It's hard. Believe is a strong word, isn't it? But I don't think it was ghosts. What else could it have been? There was nobody else in the building apart from the 4 people sat around the table, and Tony and myself stood behind them 4, and we were filming. So there was 6 of us, and that was it. The guy's taking the cats outside. It's just an interesting experiment, Mr. Rough Dog, isn't it? And that's why we're doing it, because we don't know everything about the human mind at all, or the subconscious mind. I know people say you only use about 10% of your brain. I'm like, no, you don't use all your brain, but we don't know everything what's going on. Yeah, I I can't prove that it's telekinesis though, Mr. Rough Dog. I know what you're saying. We can't prove it's ghosts, can we? Or we can't prove it's telekinesis. All we can do is document it and give it our theories. I'd like to think it was telekinesis. A physical thing is happening. Yeah. You watched a PSI video of the lights in the woods. There was a recording in Gettysburg, USA. Someone filmed them. Right. The lights in the woods. I'm trying to think which one you mean. We've done quite a few. Tony and I were talking about going to Gettysburg uh, with our cameras and things. Obviously, it'd be a lot of money to get over there because it's in the States and we're in the UK. But old buildings do creak. That were not the case, and I'd be living in the most haunted house in the world. Yeah, I agree that old places do creak. But these aren't creaks. These are kind of knocks to things what are asked, questions asked, and there's banging, literal banging. One place, then another, then another. It's we can't explain it. Heard a video from Gettysburg. They left a recording, and you could hear cannons and men talking. Wow, that's cool. Cat on a Leash sounds like a song from the 70s. Gettysburg is supposed to be haunted, isn't it? I mean, there's all the battles fought on the field. Anyway, I'm just seeing what time it is. Not a coincidence. Yeah. What happened? What was happening in that hall wasn't a coincidence. There was literally banging to responses. The four women that were witness to it as well. They can tell you. You saw a video of people crossing a dirt road. It was incredible and lonely that they were still fighting. Is that the one where they're running between the cannons? I think I've seen that video. You tried that with your cat. You know when you're walking your cat on a lead. I mean, our cat walks on top of fences. Are you like that, holding the lead while the cat's walking across the top of the fence? Yeah, you're right, Mr. Rough Dog. It's certainly is material contracting. The thing is, as well as you saw, we were playing. Can't remember the exact frequencies now off the top of my head, but I did say it in the video. We were playing certain frequencies to match the vibration in the surrounding brickwork to activate those quartz crystal. I can't even say it. The quartz crystal in the stone, and that's the theory. The stone tape theory is you've heard about that, obviously. So trying to match the vibration of the crystal to try and manifest or create this energy, just to release something. We don't know if that had anything to do with it, but you need to watch the video. If you watch the video, you'll understand what I mean. Yeah, Rachel, who was there, is saying definitely wasn't a coincidence. The banging was coming from in the room in all different directions. It's not explainable. It was strange. When that started happening, you could tell by the faces of the four girls on the table. Uh, Things just got serious because the face expressions just totally change. Jaya, good night. Take care. Shandy, yeah, the banging was interesting. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed chatting with each other as much as I enjoy talking to you guys and catching up with you. Um, I'm going to be releasing some more paranormal investigating for idiots videos. I'm changing it from dummies because that's taken. With all due respect, Rachel, everything has a like explanation. Yeah, I think Dan. The thing is, Dan, we're not trying to prove that it's paranormal. We're just documenting it. We just. It's up to you guys if you want to believe it was a building contracting, shrinking, making noises, but it wasn't. We know there was. It was definite knocks, as if somebody was knocking like this. Yeah, things do have an explanation, but at the minute it's unexplained. It could have been, like I said earlier, the test subjects manifesting that energy and creating that knock, and they don't know they're doing it. I don't know. Gigi, have a great night. Lisa, watch the third one after this. You should be able to. Everybody else can. The settings are set as there was last time. It's set as VIPs. Thanks, Rolly. Do have a great night. Yeah, you as well, Dan. Thank you. Shandy, have I got trousers on? Just wondered. You need to fill in your report. You need to fill in your log report. No, I'm actually sat in a black shirt and boxer shorts. I literally got out the shower before I came on here. Your trouser log. Yeah, thanks to the mods as well. Rochelle, Rachel, Babsy, I think she's gone. And I don't think Tina actually come on tonight. She fell asleep. It's been cool chatting with you all. Hopefully we'll be on again Friday. Maybe not. If not, it'll be Sunday. And I think we're going to be doing the PSI method on Sunday anyway. Dreamer, good night. Shandy, good night. Sarah, good night. Mr. Rough Dog, good night. Take care, Rachel and Paul as well. This is Bubble Wrap. Good night. Yeah, Life of Paul scratch card. Same to you, sir. Have I missed anybody? Lisa, the Bostrom. Good. Oh, Tina. Sorry, there's the other Tina. Good night, Tina. Have a good night, everybody. Don't work too hard at work. Do as little as possible at work. Have you seen those videos on TikTok? Do fuck all. When you get to work, your boss hates you. Do fuck all. Pardon my French, anyway. Take care. See you soon.